All right, this is our Week 4 NFL predictions, and the Thursday game is actually good to where we won't make fun of it. It's the Vikings going to Los Angeles to face the Rams. I'm picking the Rams. Yeah, I picked against the Vikings for the first time this season.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Rams.
After what they did, I still think they're a good team. Like I don't think the Bills' loss is going to be like.
That shouldn't define their whole season.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I didn't get to watch that game, but I don't know what happened, but I like to think they're still a great team. But I'm going to pick the Rams because of it.
Yeah, I don't think we got a true sense of what the Vikings really are in that game. So I think it's hard to be like, oh, they lost to the Bills, it's over now. Like, nah, they're going to be okay. But I think this actually could be a close game though. But I'm still going to pick the Rams.
I think this will be a very close game.
Moving on, we got the Jets at Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm picking Jacksonville too. I think they get back on track after against the Titans. Like you've seen what they can do, and they kind of like. I mean, the Titans aren't like as bad as people say, and it's a division game, so you don't ever know who's going to win, regardless of records that particular season.
Before we go too far, a lot of these games we're going to say, I don't think last week was a good representation. There was a lot of upsets this week.
Yeah, there were so many upsets, and we don't want to like completely change the values at which we put each team and be like, oh well, they're going to lose and they're going to win.
A lot of things happened that probably shouldn't happen.
It's still that early part of the season where upsets tend to happen a lot.
So speaking of one that could happen, an upset. You got the Dolphins at the Patriots. The Dolphins are undefeated right now.
I'm picking the Patriots. I feel like this is the week they get back on track. And also, I really think this could happen as much as people probably won't agree. I think that they could get I think if they get a lead, they're gonna seriously
hold it.
They're gonna try to they tend to after a loss or whatever, they tend to try to slaughter the next team that they get a lead on, and I feel like they're gonna probably win this in dramatic fashion.
I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. I just think
I feel like this is gonna be like the Cincinnati thing where they played Cincinnati and they got a lead and they just punished them just because they were mad they lost before. That's what this is gonna be.
Moving on, we got let's see.
Although the Dolphins though, their defense is so good though.
It is.
Like everybody on the front seven is a Pro Bowler basically.
It's like Jacksonville almost kind of. Let's see. We got the Eagles at the Titans. I gotta pick Eagles.
I'm picking the Eagles too. I feel like, I don't know, I just don't see the Titans beating them, even though they actually looked great last week.
I think the Eagles are gonna. It was the first week back with Carson Wentz. I think it was kind of rough start. It was like a whole change, 3 weeks into the season. It was just kind of a change up from Nick Foles. So I think they got everything kind of straightened out. Gonna go with the Eagles.
Wouldn't be shocked if the Titans won that though, at all.
That's a pretty good game. You got the Texans at the Colts. That's a pretty good game, actually.
I'm going to pick the Colts. I haven't been pleased with the Texans or impressed whatsoever.
Yeah, the Texans seem to get started off really, really slow, and then they make a comeback, and they just can't seem to capitalize on what they're doing. So,
I think Deshaun Watson's still trying to get a feel for them coming back and stuff, from what I've heard, and J.J. Watt and all them are still trying to figure it out on defense a little bit. The Colts have looked pretty decent.
Yeah, they've looked all right, so I'm going to pick the Colts. Definitely think they can get it done. This is an interesting game, too. Got the Bills at the Packers.
Is Aaron Rodgers played?
As far as I know.
I'm picking the Packers in.
Yeah.
I think the Bills would come kind of back down to earth. I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were the first couple
Josh
weeks.
Allen did look absolutely
I think that was kind of I think they're out of that hole, but I don't think they're we're going to beat teams like the Vikings every week. Like that level of contenders.
Might just be an NFC North thing. They might just like to beat
maybe they'll do this one too. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to pick the Packers. Definitely playing at Lambeau. Got to pick them.
Yeah, I do think. And the Packers have been pretty good whenever Aaron Rodgers has been healthy.
Let's see. We got the Lions at the Cowboys. Lions coming off a win against New England.
Oh, this is the
Cowboys coming off a really tough loss that I thought they'd win easily in Seattle. I thought they'd easily win that one. I'm gonna pick the Lions. I think it's going to turn into a passing game, and I don't think Dak Prescott can hang with Matt Stafford.
I've been saying I've been picking the Cowboys a lot this season. I'm sure people are sick of it, and this is where it ends. I'm picking the Lions too. Although I see Zeke having a big day because the Lions haven't been able to stop the run very well. But I do think that I'm gonna have to pick the Lions. They can do more. They can, like you said, they can turn it into a shootout if they want to, and of course that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Let's see. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is going to be good. This is going to be the two teams that have made a
very surprising statement.
Big time rise up through the NFC.
I'm going to go with Chicago.
I'm going to go with Chicago too. I think their pass rush is so good. I think they'll figure it out on offense enough to kind of stay in the game, and I think they'll make enough plays to win.
Yeah, I think that Matt Khalil. I can't believe I just said that. Khalil Mack is gonna flush to Ryan Fitzpatrick. As far as I know, he's still the starter. I haven't heard anything about Jameis Winston being named the starter
Which
yet.
also, that would be an interesting storyline in itself.
Yeah, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, bold prediction here. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to start off really bad. There like 2 or 3 interceptions pretty early on, or maybe a fumble or something. Turn the ball over like 2 or 3 times in the first half, pull him at halftime, and start Jameis Winston. But they're still going to lose to the Bears.
I think the Bears are might have the best defense in the league.
It's very possible.
Like they really do. Like I remember 2 years ago when they started this rebuild. Like I didn't think it'd be this good this fast.
Let's see. We got the Bengals at the Falcons up next. That's a tough one because we know how good both of these teams are.
We played both of these teams the last 2 weeks as Panther fans, and we don't have the Panthers on this schedule this week, so you don't have to hear us talk about how we like them.
I'm gonna pick the Bengals.
I don't even know because they're both the similar teams where they have everybody says they're not clutch, but really they have powerhouse offenses and they can do everything. They're almost the same form of each other.
The Falcons defense is so depleted right now. It is so.
They have a lot of injuries on defense. I was kind of impressed with the Bengals, but since it's at Atlanta, I'm gonna pick the Falcons. I don't think anybody wants to go into Atlanta. I know it wasn't fun watching 2 weeks ago, or
It was rough.
a little over a week and a half ago.
Let's see. We got the Seahawks at the Cardinals up next. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. I think people wrote off their defense way too early. I didn't think they would be this good, but I remember thinking everybody's overreacting about their secondary. Their front seven is still monsters. They stopped pretty much Zeke for the most part. As much as you can stop him. I watched the whole game and he would just break out for a 20-yard run here and there, but the average run play was not nearly what he's used to. They stopped the run. They have a good pass rush.
They do have a good defense still. It's not as bad as people are making.
Not a great pass rush, but they stopped the run enough to where they can manage where they know you're going to pass basically, and of course they're going to kind of have you.
My favorite game of the week is up next.
Absolute
favorite game of the week. Got the Browns at the Raiders. I'm picking the Browns. Baker Mayfield is a starting quarterback. I'm picking him. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I might actually pick the Raiders just because I don't see them going 0-4. I don't. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I don't see them going 0-4, and it is a home game for them, and I definitely think the Browns are the better team as far as talent goes.
Yeah.
I don't see any way you could say that they're not, but I don't know. I think the Browns, they still have a new quarterback. I know he did great I watched the second half of that. It was a phenomenal game, but I don't know. I just feel like the Raiders. I just don't see them going 0-4. To be honest.
It's very it's hard to.
It's seldom that a team goes 0-4. And they are have as much talent as the Raiders do.
It's gonna be interesting.
I definitely want to watch that.
That's my
I hope
favorite
we get
game.
that game. We better get that.
That's my favorite game of the week. Let's see. This next one's actually a pretty good game too. You got the Saints at the Giants. The Giants are coming off a pretty shocking win in Houston.
I don't see any way
But I don't see any way.
I don't see any way the Saints lose this game. Although I did say that about the Vikings against the Bills, and I was wrong. But nobody on this.
That was your lock of the week last.
That was my lock of the week. But anybody watching cannot say they saw.
That was everybody else's lock of the week too.
Nobody can sit here and act like they didn't think that.
You
got the Saints too.
Oh yeah, no way the Saints lose that.
This next game's gonna be. I feel like could be also a lock of the week.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was a big fan of him, but Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL last week on a non-contact injury.
He should have went out of bounds though.
He should have went
He
out
really
of bounds.
should have. I watched that clip and I'm like, dude, what is he doing?
He should have went out of bounds, but it's just one of those freak things where you just step wrong and it popped.
Kind of like what Deshaun Watson did. It's just always that one. It's
Kelvin
about
Benjamin done
once
it
a season. Yeah, it's once a season somebody has that weird non-contact. They put the right pressure on their ACL and it's gone.
Yeah, it sucked because they were coming back. If you watch,
It's happened to Thomas Davis for us for about 3 times.
Yeah.
Kelvin Benjamin, Sean Watson. It's always somebody. Tom Brady in 2008. It's always. But yeah, that one was
It
very
sucks.
shocking.
It sucks because they were coming back. Excuse me. They were coming back and they held the Chiefs to 3 points in the second half. The whole time they were really coming back on them. But I definitely got to pick the Chargers. I think they're going to kind of be lost this week.
I think without Garoppolo and Richard Sherman's hurt, I don't know.
Richard Sherman's out 3 weeks.
I don't know what their identity is going to be without those two guys, and especially on offense.
Those are your two
Those are your two anchors on each side of the ball, each respective side of the ball, and especially with Garoppolo. I don't know what their identity as an offense is going to be, so I'm going to have to pick.
I don't even
an
know.
Already good Chargers defense and Phillip Rivers, who I think is extremely underrated.
Yeah, it's
and Melvin Gordon, by the way, is quietly probably had the most. To me, has had the most impressive season so far as a running back.
That dude's playing lights out football.
If you incorporate his receiving yards, he's done as good as anybody. He has been unstoppable.
Let's see, Sunday night, pretty good game. You got Baltimore at Pittsburgh. I'm gonna pick Baltimore. I think Pittsburgh.
They got problems for sure.
They eked out a win against Tampa Bay. I mean, I think it was like a multi-possession win, but it wasn't.
Ryan Fitzpatrick had like multiple turnovers in the first half. He had like 3 turnovers.
He had 3 picks, and one of them was a pick 6 in the first.
The fact
half.
that they eked out a win and that with those circumstances is very alarming. I'm going to pick the Ravens too, even though I do think I could see the Steelers kind of pulling this off because they're at home and they have But James Conner has been solid as a backup, but they had the Ravens have like the 31st yards allowed. Like they basically shut down the run.
That's insane.
So I don't know. But they're going to basically know he's going to pass after they stop the run. So.
Then moving on to Monday night, last game of the week, you got the Chiefs at the Broncos. Chiefs are literally on fire.
Chiefs are the best team ever in the first half of the season. Like every year you go back and they start off 5-0 or like 8-0 even.
Patrick Mahomes is absolutely tearing the league up. He is surprising everybody. I didn't think he'd be this. I thought he'd be okay. I didn't think he'd be this good.
I laughed and made fun of him, and I thought he'd be overrated, and I made jokes about him like not even like 2 months ago.
And we take it all back. We take it.
I used to just be like, he's not going to be that great. I did say, though, I was like, I mean, it'd be hard not to be solid, though, with all his weapons. So, I mean, I don't want to say, like, completely retract what I said, but, like, he does have some ridiculous weapons there. Like, we're talking Tyreek Hill, who I think is the most dynamic playmaker besides Alvin Kamara in the league.
Kareem
Hunt, Travis Kelce, countless others. But he's been making it happen. I mean, he's throwing, like, 13 touchdowns in 3 weeks or whatever.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
So, got to pick the Chiefs.
I'm picking them for sure. I think
until the Chiefs give me a reason not to pick them, I'm picking.
I'm going to do what I do with some teams that are hot. Like, yeah, I'm doing exactly that. Like, I'm not picking them. I'm not picking against them
until they give So that's week 4. A couple teams on bye this week.
Mahomes has to be the MVP of the season so far.
If we're doing week 3 MVP, week 1 to week 3 MVP, he's no doubt the MVP. Not even a question. But yeah, that's week 4. Teams are on bye, so buys are starting up. So the schedule's about to start getting interesting.
Can you believe buys are already started up?
Seems like the season just started.
That cannot be right.
So, thanks for watching this video, guys. The interview we talked about last week, we literally just wrapped it up about 5 minutes ago.
If you like Last Chance, you'll like it.
Yeah, we did actually get it. We had to wait a week. We had some scheduling conflicts or whatever. Had to delay it a week, but it happened. We have it ready to go. We're going to let it go tonight at the same time the video comes out, so they're both coming out tonight.
Big facts.
So check them both out. Obviously, we're checking this one out. Check the other one out. Thanks for listening this week, guys. See you next time.